In this next sequence, we get Crowhorse and Raymond at the tribal ceremony, the powwow, and Crowhorse has said, I thought you would want to see this. Raymond's completely bored and disinterested in what's going on at the ceremony of the powwow. And in order to try to keep up his effort to kind of crack the ice of Raymond's understanding and recognition of his own Native American past, Crowhorse tells him the story of his experience in American Indian boarding school. This also happens in ceremony as well, and the American Indian boarding school is a school that's run by the government or some kind of governmental stand-in. It trains Native Americans to disparage Native American teachings and ways. You may not speak any of the language at the American Indian boarding school, and it's essentially a training into assimilation. The assimilation such that Rocky represents in his championing of the white science textbooks. So let's see how Crowhorse narrates this story.
No cop. Fleeing justice. Assault with a deadly weapon. Assault with intent to kill is nothing. Sedition. That scum is an enemy of the United States.
You know, Ray, when we were kids, we used to play cowboys and Indians. I was always Gary Cooper. I didn't want to be an Indian. Government boarding schools made sure of that. Cut off my hair, washed my mouth out with soap, and I spoke my own language. My own language, Ray. When the armed warriors came here, it was like an awakening. Got the people proud of their heritage, their elders, language. And you call them enemies.
So, Crowfoot giving Raymond a lesson in the American Indian boarding school, and the fact that the effort to erase one's identity as an indigenous person in the Americas, similar to Volman when he's charting down Tekakwitha and other characters who are being Christianized, and their Native American subjectivities are being expunged from their imaginations, and they're being trained to become French or become like the French. Because even in the conversion to, like somebody like Tekakwitha, the best convert of all, there's no complete expunging of the Native American identity that they've grown up with. And two, the French won't allow Indians to become French anyway in the long run. So Crowhorse giving Raymond the schooling here about his experience at the boarding school, having his mouth washed with soap when he spoke the Indian language, having his memory, his desire, his understanding and connection for his Native American identity to be expurgated from his subjectivity. That's an active process in Thunderheart. Ceremony also talks about how the American Indian boarding school is one of the most dangerous places for the erasure of the indigenous archive itself, because it's there where the archive gets overwritten by a European and colonial archive, and you start to lose track of the person you were as you move increasingly into this ingestion process of American assimilation.